See, even thinking and destiny, I was thinking how I can communicate it better than the way we have communicated earlier. And the easiest one website pops up. Come on. Right? Yeah. So, is the recording on? Yes.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yeah, it
yeah.
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see. Please.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right? Okay. Now, so from what we studied yesterday, right? Any questions that people have? Ratna is Ratna J or Ratna P?
Ratna Somsetti అండి.
Okay, Ratna S. Sorry.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Right. Okay.
I had questions,
If-
Tani. I did not get a chance to listen to yesterday's one.
okay.
But it was more in relation with mind. In regards with the discussion that we had today and some
that
YouTube videos
noetic
that I
destiny.
watched. Mm.
No,
But
noetic
how
destiny.
mind is, yeah.
How mind is? Ask.
How mind is related, or how does it affect our life? How, like if we want to overcome any bad habits that we have or any desires that we have which do not aid in progressing spiritually, how do we overcome, or how does mind play in those lines? How do we stop? These were the questions
No,
that I
what
had.
is mind? No, that one you will get better clarity if you read Thinking and not Thinking and Destiny, but Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza.
Okay.
Okay. Then go through the diagrams first, and wherever the diagram is there, read the technical content pertaining to the explanation of the diagram.
Which diagrams are you referring, Andy?
In the book itself.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I will share that book if you want. I can also share
Yes.
the audio book if you are interested.
Yeah, I think audio might be better so that way I can play. If you can you please share
but
both of them?
yeah, I will share both, because if you have to watch the diagrams, you won't get them in
Right.
audio.
Audio,
Okay.
right. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Can
So
you say the
now,
book name, Andy? Okay, sorry, please.
Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself.
Okay. Oh, fingers. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So now, you asked about mind. For that, I would suggest read the book that I've already posted in our unified group, which is talking about 7 bodies and 7 principles by Annie Besant and Leadbeater. I mean, you're muted, but yes, I got it. So, read that.
Okay. Yes.
That will
Okay.
give you the explanation that is required. Still you have questions, then ask me. I will explain it further.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Now,
Thank you.
having said that, now we continue with yesterday. We are we are working on trying to understand about sleep. Okay. Now, when it comes to sleep, how is he introducing sleep to us? He says, sleep is either deep or dream. But if we take consciousness as such, the 4 stages, right? Not the way R.J. Spina interpreted it for our healing purpose, but just to understand what is sleep. Sleep is one of your state of existence. And how do you exist? Or how does consciousness exist? It is in the awakened state. It is in the sleep state. It is in the deep sleep state. And the fourth one is all encompassing, which you are calling. What are you calling it?
Yeah.
Turiya. Right? Those are the four stages of consciousness. Same is the case with death also. That is what he will ultimately take us to. So, deep sleep is a state in which you withdraw into yourself and in which you are out of touch with your senses. All agreed with that definition? You are not in, right? It is a state in which the senses have stopped functioning as the result of having been disconnected from the power by which they function. What is that power? What is that power? The physical you. Okay. That part of it, that part of you, your
Can you
consciousness.
repeat the question again, Anil?
No, he says it is the state in which the senses have stopped
Your voice is
functioning.
breaking.
Is it? Why is that? Which mic has got selected? The right mic only. Is it not clear? Or was it because of too much distance? Okay.
No, sir, there was just a
Let's-
network glitch, but the
Oh, okay.
voice
It
was
was
okay, just a network glitch for a second.
Okay. So what is he saying? It is the state in which the senses have stopped functioning as the result of having been disconnected from the power by which they function. And where is it getting that power?
It's from the body
Where?
mind, right, sir?
It is from the body mind, right? Which is you, the doer. Okay. Dream is the state of partial detachment, the state in which your senses are turned from the outer objects of nature to function inwardly in nature. What is inwardly in nature? Acting in relation to the subjects of the objects that are perceived during wakefulness. Okay? Are you all with me? When after a period of deep sleep, you re-enter your body, you are at once awakened. You at once awaken the senses and begin to function through them again as intelligent operator of your machine. Ever thinking, speaking, and acting as the feeling and desire which you are. Okay, so in one case, it is the body mind. In the other case, in the first case, the power is not just the body mind, Kirti, I'm sorry. That is more than that. That is your complete self, which is your soul. Correct? In the second case, after you have entered, the body mind has an opportunity to influence. Right? That's what he's saying, right? When after a period of deep sleep, you re-enter your body. When you are asleep, you are disconnected with the body. Correct? Are you getting me? When you are asleep,
Yes.
you are disconnected from the body. Okay? So now what you are doing? ever thinking, ever thinking, speaking, and acting as the feeling and desire. If the feeling and desire together are not there, it is not the body mind. Okay? Which you are. And from lifelong habit, you immediately identify yourself as and with your body. I have been sleeping. You say, now I am awake. This is the body mind. Okay? But in your body and out of your body, alternately, awake and asleep, day after day, through life and through that death, and through the states after death, and from life to life, through all your lives, your identity and your feeling of identity persists. Here, what is it? So here what he has done is he has brought in the fact that sleep and death are not different. They are the same. The same thing is happening with respect to your senses, sense organs and all that. Your identity is your identity, the one that is there throughout these various stages, is what is the identity which is a very real thing and always a presence with you. Okay, any question? Okay, there appears to be none. But it is a mystery which one's intellect cannot comprehend,
Yes, sir.
right? Though it cannot be apprehended by the senses, you are nevertheless conscious of its presence. We also know that there are two things of us. That is what he's saying. You are conscious of it as a feeling. You have a feeling of identity, a feeling of I-ness, of selfness, and so on. Okay. So what he says, you feel without question or rationalizing
So there
that.
seems to be some issue.
Pardon? What happened?
Sir,
Huh?
there seems to be some issue with the internet, or
Is it? Where did to which network is my connection connected?
sir, you're on mute, sir.
Mute. Okay. Let us see whether this is better. Okay. Okay. So, what is he saying?
Sir, you have to share your screen.
That itself got reset, is it? That is surprising. Okay, I think there was a network glitch.
Yeah, we can see now, sir.
Okay. One sec. Why only this is visible? Yeah. So is the screen also visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. So what we were talking of is the feeling of the presence of your identity is so definite that you can
No, sir. Till the highlighted one, you read after that.
correct. And that's what I'm continuing, right? No,
No, your
we
identity is
did
very
this, right?
distinct. No, We did
You
till
feel
the
without questioning, without question or rationalization, that you are a distinct identical self which persists through each life. So when he says life, here he is referring to the various states of life. Okay, let me redo it. What is that? Your identity is a very real thing and always a presence with you, but it is a mystery which one's intellect cannot comprehend. So, what does intellect mean here? What does intellect mean here?
Body, mind.
Body, mind. Okay. That your body, mind is unable to comprehend. Though it cannot be apprehended by the senses, you are nevertheless conscious of its presence. You know something, but you are not able to put your finger on it. That's what he's trying to communicate. You are conscious of it as a feeling. You have a feeling of identity, a feeling of I-ness, of selfness, and so on. In each circumstance, one of these characteristics one or more of these characteristics may manifest. But you feel without question or rationalizing that you are a distinct identical self which persists through life. That means right from your birth till now and in future, that unchanging I, unchanging I-ness, unchanging selfness, unchanging identity is something that you are able to align with. Can we take it as a statement?
So here, I-ness, the selfness, it's referring to the soul, sir, here?
Yes. Earlier he was the one that is consistent throughout, the one that is conscious throughout is the doer in the body, which is the soul, correct?
Yes.
It is the full complement of the doer, not the segmented complement. Okay, right? This feeling of the presence of your identity is so definite that you cannot think that you in your body ever could be any other than yourself. That means you don't accept the various things. You accept you as in your body. You know that you are always the same you, continuously the same self and the same doer. When you lay your body to rest and sleep, you cannot think that your identity will come to an end after you relax your hold on your body and let go. You don't accept that. You fully expect that when you again become conscious in your body and begin a new day of activity in it, you will still be the same you, the same self, the same doer. That is your expectation. But in reality, is that correct? If you cross the T's and dot the I's,
Your
is that
I-ness will change, right? As soon as you sleep away, asleep,
your
your I-ness
identity
will
itself
change.
will undergo a change that you
Yes.
are able to, but you will align with the same self that you were yesterday. Actually, you are
Yes.
not,
Right.
right? So,
Yeah.
what he is saying is the same thing is happening. As with sleep, so with death. Now he is defining, he has defined what happens to you at a high level when you sleep. There are other components of sleep which are not touched at this point. When we get to it, we will recall this portion because Otherwise, it becomes a very, very lengthy topic on sleep, and the interest in the topic will be lost. So we will keep it simple and we will build on it. Okay. So now, how is he defining death? Look at the interesting thing. Death is but a prolonged sleep, a temporary retirement from this human world. Yeah. So far, everyone is on the same plane, or are you missing something?
You're following, sir.
Yeah, good. If at the moment of death, you are conscious of your feeling of highness, of selfness, you will at the same time be conscious that the long sleep of death will not affect the continuity of your identity any more than your nightly sleep affects it. Okay? That is how the soul will continue, correct? You will feel that through the unknown future, you are going to continue even as you have continued day after day through life that is just ending. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Right? This self, this you, which is conscious throughout your present life, is the same self, the same you that will similarly that was similarly conscious of continuing day after day through each of your former lives. Right? So what is he saying? He is saying that if you increase your consciousness at the moment of sleep, here which is when you are going to vacate the body, when you are again born, you will feel as though you just got up from your sleep. That means that identity you will be able to recognize.
So this means like we have to be aware in our sleep also, sir, like in our
Pardon?
dreams. Do we have to be aware in our dreams, in our sleep state?
No, if your awareness is at that level, you will be aware of it.
Okay.
Can I
See, now
say,
I keep telling, right? I mean, you with regular practice, we anyway get there.
can I, can
Like,
I, sh- can I share
yeah,
something, sir, here?
yeah, definitely, definitely.
So, it's, I don't know if it's a silly thing or I don't know why. A couple of times I have been like, in my sleep, in my sleep or in my meditation. This has happened several instances where sometimes in meditation, sometimes in my dream state, sometimes while I'm doing something, suddenly I feel like I am um organizing my how can I put it, like my death, like it seems suddenly I die. I'm like, no, 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 this is not how I should die. I will be meditating, then I imagine that I'm meditating, and then I leave my body. And I don't know why I do that.
That's your
And
desire. That's your desire.
and day before yesterday, I think yesterday, we were talking about consciousness and awareness and things like that. So again, today morning, I was thinking about like we were saying about food or something like that, right? Like desire. So I said, oh, I want to cook something. Oh, I feel like eating that. Then I said, what if at this moment I leave my body? My God, I will come back to eat this. I don't want to waste my Janma to come back to eat only this. So I better not have such thoughts.
Those are, you are
Huh.
not in full deep sleep. Okay? You are in a semi-conscious state where your conscious mind is still trying to influence it from the activities of that day, which is what dream is defined as. Dream is the state of partial detachment, the
Hmm.
state in which your senses are turned from the outer objects of nature to function inwardly in nature, acting in relation to the subjects of the objects that are perceived during the wakefulness. There are certain objects that you have perceived.
So is
They
this
become
bad
the
or
focus. No, it's not, no, it's natural. It is
okay?
not bad, it is not good, no judgment.
I'm
It
not
is natural.
manifesting that, right? I'm not manifesting death as per
No,
se,
no,
right?
you're not manifesting, but somewhere in your imagination, because the mind has got no bounds, it will start imagining various things,
Okay.
out of which one of them you latch onto, that becomes the desire.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Then
Thank
the internal process of what we were discussing yesterday, going to the adrenal, then that adrenal
Yeah.
shooting a signal to your heart, and from the
Yeah.
heart, the lungs sending it out and then receiving the information back. All that becomes the rigmarole that will just kick in once that portion has got triggered.
Okay.
And if you keep on repeating that process, after that, your conscious mind is not required to be there. That becomes one program that you have created for the body to take over. That becomes your subconscious or unconscious mind.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
good, good. Yeah. So, where were we? Although your long past is a mystery to you now, your previous lives on earth are no greater wonder than is this present life. Which means every morning there is a mystery of coming back to your sleeping body from you do not know where. Because once you sleep, right, and you have got into dream or deep state, you are not under the control of the body mind, the conscious mind. Okay? That means all the constraints that you have put on your soul is opened like a floodgate. Okay? So, you get into a dream state. Dream state is a vehicle for your astral travel. You go everywhere. And when that journey is almost nearing completion, you come back to this body. Sometimes you remember what you saw in the experience of that travel, and sometimes you don't recall that. Okay. Like that, right? That is what you are from death to new life. That is life to life. There are some beautiful experiences shared in Life Between Lives by Dr. Michael Newton. So if someone is interested, we can go through that at some point in time. Okay. Now, every morning, there is the mystery of coming back to your sleeping body, and from you do not know where, getting into it by way of your you do not know how, and again becoming conscious of this world of birth and death and time. Okay? Yeah. Clear? This is what is happening to us, correct? Ratna, any question from your side?
లేదండి ఐఎమ్ సారీ ఐ అన్మ్యూటెడ్ మై సెల్ఫ్ నో సారీ
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Any comment on this? Yeah. Every morning?
Every morning is something that is getting up is again another mystery.
No, it is a mystery. You don't know where you were. You don't know
Till that
how you
point.
got back, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this is the same thing that happens in death also.
Mm.
Okay. So he is comparing the sleep and death to be the same. One from the body-mind perspective, which is sleep and waking up. From the inner mind or your soul perspective, it is the same. Okay.
So during the
But-
sleep, does the soul stays in the body, right? That doesn't
No.
do any astral travel. Only the emotional mind does that.
No. It is the soul that
Oh.
is going on this astral travel.
Oh, with the emotional body?
No, not
I
with
mean,
the emotional. They could be initially surfacing when you are still within the body, when you have not reached the deep sleep state.
Okay, when you're in the final last state, then the soul that goes with the
In your
silver
deep
cord connects.
sleep, say, in your deep sleep, the soul is doing the astral travel, learning all the experiences wherever it has visited, making observations, etc. Some of them are you are also visiting your problems of the day, wherein through the astral travel you are getting a solution to your problem also. All those are travels. All those are travels in their own right.
Is there
Okay.
connection between when you say the astral travel, the soul is performing some emotionally there in that dimension?
Soul doesn't have, does soul have an emotion? It doesn't.
No, the bodies are there, right? The emotional body is there, right?
So emotional body will seek an input. But as far as
So
the soul is concerned, it is only lesson, learning and completion.
Okay.
You
Okay,
are
my question
observing.
is,
No, see. When is your emotion active? You need the physical component, right? You need the
entity,
senses
we need
feeding
this
you.
physical entity, yes.
When
yes.
your experience is stored in your memory, that will trigger a emotion.
Okay.
Okay.
But suddenly, when we
Yeah.
wake up in between midnight sleep or something, fear or something, we get the sensation in the body as well, like sweating.
Correct. That
Sometimes,
is
right?
you are recalling your experience.
Okay, recalling the experience from there and then feeling it at that moment in
That
the
is
physical body.
stored, then you start feeling, right?
Mhm.
That is where the conscious mind, conscious mind is the one that recognizes your various stages of this one. As far as the soul is concerned, all of this is one entity.
Okay, yeah.
Like Avatar movie.
Yes.
He'll be lying
Yes.
down and the consciousness is placed and he goes and lives there and comes back.
Correct.
So what about the panchakoshas during the sleep state when we go to sleep?
All of
They'll
them
be
are
still
resting, right? All of them are
resting.
resting. See, Panchakoshas is from a physical perspective, you are understanding. But if you look at it from top, are there 5 separate bodies?
No, they are merged together. I mean,
There is only one entity, which is your soul. Correct?
Yeah, I agree.
It is like, are there 7 dimensions? Are there 27 dimensions? Or are there 12 dimensions? It's up to you. You can have as many as you want.
Yeah.
But sir, body is on the earth, right? Only
Correct.
soul is traveling in astral world.
Correct. That is what I am
nothing-
clarifying to him.
Oh.
But his question was specific, right? Is it the emotional body also which is traveling? I am saying
No.
the soul doesn't know emotion, it doesn't know commotion, it doesn't know any motion. It only knows that it is taking the experiences. The body is interpreting it as an emotion or a commotion and so on, giving it definitions, right? So, but this has occurred so often, has long been so natural that it does not seem to be a mystery. So as you increase your awareness, as you are able to recognize to them, you are able to align with that. The self, this is you, which is conscious throughout. So just like it is through your this one, if you are aware of it towards the end, he says that somewhere here, right? The same way, it is a commonplace occurrence, yet it is virtually no different from the procedure that you go through when at the beginning of each re-existence, you enter a new body that has been formed for you by nature, trained and made ready by your parents or guardians as new residents in the world, a new mask as a personality. Okay, have you understood? Now, what is that personality? He is taking us through that portion. Okay, right. A personality is the persona, mask, through which the actor, the doer speaks. See, in the olden days, right, they would, some of these are very interesting phenomena. Have you heard the word limelight?
Swarnam.
Yes.
Right? How
Limestone,
did
sorry.
they? No, limelight, right? What was it? They had a reflector in the shape of an arc. They would burn lime that would generate the brilliance. That brilliance is reflected, and you start directing that brightness to focus on something, and that would start getting reflected. Correct? Okay, just like a torch. It's a beam, you are focusing it on something. The word limelight came because of that action. You are burning lime, you are focusing that light on somebody. So when something is getting focused on, that is called limelight. Is that the right definition?
Yeah.
Right. The same way, persona also is like that. In the olden days, their imagination was limited. So what were they doing? They would, today you got techniques by which you can create a frog if you want. The mantra morphed into a frog and all those things is possible. In the olden days, they would carry a mask in front of their presentation. Okay, so you have to infer that as that personality that is getting played by the actor. Are you able to understand what I'm saying? Right? So that is what he's saying. A personality is the persona, mask, through which the actor. Who is the actor? Who is the actor?
Soul.
You, the soul, the doer.
The doer.
Yes. It is therefore more than a body. It is not just a body, right? To be a personality, the human body must be made awake by the presence of the doer in it. In the ever-changing drama of life, the doer takes on and wears a personality, and through it acts and speaks as it plays its part. That is life. Okay? As a personality, the doer thinks of itself as the personality. That is, the masquerader thinks of itself as the part that it plays and is forgetful of itself as the conscious immortal self in the mask. So which body is dominating here?
Physical body.
The body mind. The mind
Body
that
mind.
is dominating
body.
here, the body mind. Correct. The ego.
The ego mind is.
Correct.
And it is making the completely ignorant.
Correct. So, right. It is so
Right.
dominating that all the other characteristics are subdued.
Yeah.
Okay. It is necessary to understand about re-existence and destiny. Else, it is impossible to account for the differences in human nature and character. Correct? So, to assert that the inequalities of birth and station, of wealth and poverty, health and sickness result from accident or chance is an affront to law and justice. It is subjected to law and justice. Okay. Right? To assert that. Moreover, to attribute intelligence, genius, inventiveness, gifts, faculties, powers, virtue, or ignorance, ineptitude, weakness, sloth, vice, and the greatness or smallness of character in these as coming from physical heredity is opposed to sound sense and reason. It is not logical to give it any definition of that kind, he is saying. Okay. Heredity has to do with the body, not the character. Right? But character is made by one's thinking. Now, this thinking could be from within or from without. That means you are conditioning it. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right. So, now let us see. Law and justice do rule this world of birth and death. Law and justice do rule this physical, right? Else, it could not continue in its courses and law and justice prevail in human affairs. But effect does not always immediately follow the cause. Sowing is not immediately followed by harvesting. Okay. Likewise, the results of an act or of a thought may not appear until after a long intervening period. So in life, what he is saying is, there is some time. There is some condition to be met. Okay. And it has to meet a particular purpose, etc., for it to manifest. So you will not get it immediately. You thought of it now and you will not get it currently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not our 24 hours clock, but it's timing.
Yeah, it is time. We cannot see what happens between the thought and an act and their results any more than we can see what is happening in the ground between seeding time and harvesting time. Okay. You don't know what is happening, but each self in a human body makes its own law as destiny by what it thinks. That means his thoughts is getting converted to destiny because the thoughts have to get exteriorized.
It's a reality.
Correct. Now,
Yeah.
when and how is part of the game. Okay. So, and what it does, though it may not be aware when it is prescribing the law. That means when it is being influenced by the law. And it does not know just when the prescription will be filled as destiny in the present or in the future life on earth. It doesn't know when that will happen. It is a thought that has occurred, correct? So, a day and a lifetime are essentially the same. They are recurring periods of a continuous existence in which the doer works out its destiny and balances its human account with life. Got it? That
Yep,
is the
yep.
meaning of life.
A day and a
Life
lifetime.
is for balancing the destiny that it has laid foundation for in terms of thoughts. The purpose of life is to balance those thoughts that it has created. And who has created those thoughts? It
We are
is
there.
feeling and desire which have triggered those thoughts, right?
The beginning.
Night and day too are very much alike.
Night and death.
Correct. No, night and death, yeah. So that period is very similar. What happens within that? It could be a transformation which is minor, which is the life on earth, or the transformation which is major, which is a new life.
Yeah.
Okay. When you slip away to let your body rest and sleep, you go through an experience very similar to which you go through when you leave the body at death. That is how they are similar. Okay, that's the first condition. Your nightly dreams, moreover, are to be compared with after-death states through which you regularly pass. Okay, the similarities of death and sleep, he is comparing. Both are phases of subjective activity of the doer. It is subjective, in which the objects become the subjects. Correct? In both, you live over your waking thoughts and actions. Your karma also is part of the waking thoughts. Correct? Your senses still functioning in nature, but the interior states of nature. Okay. So what is he saying? And the one second. Something is stuck in my throat. Give me a minute. And the nightly period of deep sleep, when the senses no longer function, the state of forgetfulness in which there is no memory of anything, corresponds to the blank period in which you wait on the threshold of the physical world until the moment you reconnect with your senses in a new body of flesh. That is creating the infant body or child body that has been fashioned for you. So now you are able to relate to birth and death and life in between. All three things have come into picture. Anybody having a question here before we go into new body, new life?
One question, in the night time, does the manifestation happen in the night time as well? The process will be happening?
It can. The process is the same.
But with the inner sense, interior side.
It could be interior. or it could be part of your future.
The astral.
Okay, correct. Right?
Okay.
Sir, I have two
I
questions.
have a question.
Yeah. Who goes
Go ahead,
first?
go
You
ahead.
decide. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay, Ramki.
Okay, sir, two questions. One question is, okay, now a thought, you don't know when it is going to manifest, but it is sometimes, right?
Correct.
But we have a manifestation process in terms of making it sooner than later. Okay, so how much of a nurturing you have to do for the thought to manifest? Okay,
Again, I missed
because
some.
let me give
portion.
give me one more minute. Now,
Correct.
what you are attempting to manifest is a desire in your current situation. And once you take a next birth and next life, probably this desire may not make sense.
Correct.
And if it is going to manifest in your next life, it may not even have any either utility to you or whatever. So that is my first
No,
question.
you are mistaken. You are mistaken. When you come from the cause and effect perspective or
Okay.
karma perspective, they are of three kinds.
Okay. Go ahead.
Prarabdha,
Prarabdha, Sanchita,
Sanchita, and
Agami.
Agami. Correct?
Yeah.
If you want to build a house, let us say 5,000 square feet house you want to build or buy.
Yeah.
It starts with a thought.
Yes.
Then the thought needs to get germinated. Correct?
Yeah.
Now you are positioning all these things in the universe. Okay?
Right.
You are only giving the contours of what it is. You can't dictate, I want it exactly by so and so date, by so and so time and all. Even if you want to manifest. You are only working from the process perspective. Correct?
Right.
Now, it is the same thing as positioning a thought. It needs time for it to germinate. It needs time for it to vibrate and come to a state where the physical world, it has to come from all these, connect all the dots and make it ready.
Yeah.
So there are going to be 3 points. As you move forward, you will learn towards the end of this chapter or the beginning of next chapter that there are 3 fundamental things that need to be. And law of manifestation is governed by one hidden law. That is known as the law of deservability.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. That law of deservability stems from the fact whether you are in a position, are you ready? The desire and readiness both have to match, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now, universe has got one more third law, which will start with law of manifestation. The first signs of that will come to effect as law of opposites.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. You are being tested there before you are given what it is.
Okay.
So all these parameters are the ones that are going to influence the thought process. Okay. So your movement from the desire to manifestation has got various substages. That he is saying could be part of today, could be part of tomorrow, or it could be another life.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, I agree, but my only point being that my next life, the situations and parameters are different. I may not even have the desire to become promoted as my, a director of a company.
Okay, that could be circumstantial.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
It could be circumstantial. Both are going to lead to manifestation because it is part of the lessons that you have picked before you are born. That is your pre-birth plan.
Right. Okay.
Okay. See, how is it working if you really go to the depth of it? If you have read the 34 pages that Sukumar posted yesterday,
No,
I
I did
have
not.
given,
Not yet.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, if you go through that you should
Ah.
have gone through when you were part of the learning.
I don't know what is in those the 34 pages. So I
No, that
probably yes.
34, see, I said spiritual tablets and wisdom for life.
Okay.
Okay. It combines this book and that wisdom together
Okay.
to give you the trigger.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that is how you are creating your new body, new life. Either that purpose is getting established and fructified now, or it could be foundation for tomorrow.
Okay.
Are you able to relate to what I am saying?
I actually, to be honest, kind of. What I infer from your point is like, okay, there is a desire to manifest, but the desire may take a different shape into the next life when it is
Correct.
actually ready to
Because it is
manifest.
not only your desire, right?
Ah,
It is even the universe which is having its own role to play in that desire.
okay. Okay.
That experience will be is what you are desiring, but
Yeah.
I may throw in spanners of the works, giving you
Okay.
4 or 5. Say, for example, let us take the best target is, let us say, Abraham Lincoln. When
Right.
did he first want to become the president?
Okay. I don't know the answer to that question.
No, he was a young lad.
Yeah.
And when did he become the president? When he was 50 plus.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Right. He went through about 19 or 29, I don't remember the numbers, that
Yes.
many
Yes.
failures.
Yes.
That many times he was tested. And what was his answer to that? He said, oh, I am still not ready. There is some more learning I have to do before I become ready for that.
Oh, okay.
This is explained in Les Dawson's Mind to Matter.
Yes. I know I remember this example. Yes.
Correct. So all these are the various stages through your thought process is going through. Okay.
Sir, that's
Subject.
also why we should be very careful what we ask or what we desire. And that's also, they say, in the last minute when you're about to die, whatever your thought is, that's how you plan your life, like your next life is. That's what, like, you plan.
That is what he said in one of the lines here.
Yeah.
Okay. But ultimately what he is saying is every life, every death is very similar. When you slip away to let your body rest and sleep, you go through an experience very similar to that which you go through when you leave the body at death. There's no difference between the two, because what you are calling death is something that is existing on the physical earth. As far as the soul journey is concerned, it is only an experience, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, all these are experiences. Yeah.
No, but actually, my point being that for the night experience, though you may not remember much in terms of what is happening, but there is a lot of biological processes like digestion.
No, that is what I said. When Sukumar asked that question, I said the body may seem to be active, but
Okay.
only from the conscious side. There is the internal thing. That is what he is saying. No, in one place, he says
Yeah.
you are moving from the external to the internal.
Okay.
Right? He says that here.
Sir,
No?
that involuntary bodily functions, nature, right? Nature will be acting
No,
inward.
nature is going to do, and by sleeping, you are giving it that time. That is the purpose of sleep. That is how he
Yeah, it has to
introduced
repair, right? It
sleep
has to
also.
repair, it has to build again. All
Correct.
the
That
things
is
what
the
are
introduction of
generated.
sleep. Correct. That is how he says sleep. The
Yeah.
relaxation or letting go of the senses,
Of
sleep.
sleep.
Otherwise, you are dominating through your active mind. Right?
Yep, yep.
Okay.
So one thing about SAR question, I mean, just if I frame that to my understanding or to my if I have a question like, so we have a bigger goal for this life, purpose of life. So reading scriptures or doing charity or something
That is all
related to
big
the
things.
35.
This is the foundation.
Okay.
How
I mean
you
to
can
say,
influence that, etc., is coming in the 4 types of destiny that you will undergo.
okay, but my point is like, if we have a goal for a life, and if we have small goals or the resolutions for year on year, okay, every year. So suppose this year I have a resolution of learning something or becoming something, but is it something universe will support me if this resolution what I set is going to be achieved only if it is helping the fuller goal of the life of the
Yes.
of the final.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That is what I wanted
And
to
if you forget something, you have got warnings that are coming and giving you
a deviation.
hints.
Yeah.
No, deviation is one form.
No,
But
the symptoms, the early
recognizing that
symptoms.
is your 7 experiences.
Okay. The diagnosing tools that we have. Yeah.
Right.
So, sir, to your question might be partially I'm not answering you, but I understood is like if that is helping you the final purpose throughout the life, then all these things whatever you have
If it is
said.
aligned to it, if it is part of your thought, you are available. The purpose when you release the thought, all those parameters have to bring it to a vibrational stage where the previous domain is not able to hold it. It has to physically manifest.
Manifest it. And at the time it comes, it cannot hold, it has to wait.
No, it will become so, the vibration will be so heavy, so dense for the previous
Okay.
subtle body to hold it within its constraint.
Mm-hmm.
So the force of
Okay.
gravity will bring it down to the physical reality.
So if you
Everyone
want to
And
be
it can,
free, don't
Ah,
hold
and it
very
can.
strong desires.
Pardon? Small or
If you
big, it
want to be,
doesn't matter. If you are ready, you will get it. If you are not ready, you have to do information insufficient, so gather more information. That's it.
Okay.
Apply, no reply, or apply and reply, both.
okay.
It is something like, sir, we have to be more work in progress towards that, so that
No, you are
we are
always
ever,
work in
ever
progress. You are
yeah, we
always
are
work
working
in
progress,
progress.
but we need to evolve a better way
Correct.
to accomplish
Right.
that resolution. And then finally, we have another resolution next year, definitely. I mean, always we have
Okay.
things.
So now, any other question before we proceed further into the
But
new life?
before,
These
after
are
the
all
death,
the
actually,
foundation elements of the thinking and destiny. Okay.
yeah, sure.
Okay.
One
Don't try
question,
to master
Yeah.
the
sir,
subject.
Yes.
not
Okay.
question, sir. We have the book, right? Thinking and Destiny, but it shows only 47 pages here, the one that you're showing up.
This
Is
is
this
only the introduction.
okay? You have
This
different.
is only introduction. This is not the full book. The full book will come to the same size. Don't worry.
But where is this one,
my
sir?
God.
Where is this you have taken from? Where is this particular one?
I
47
told
pages
you,
here.
no, I will be following only the website.
Oh, sorry. I missed that point. Okay, got it.
Sir, I
That
think
is why
Ratna ma'am
Wikidot
has a
has been
question.
posted to you, right? Destiny.wikidot.com.
Yes,
Okay.
we got it. Yeah.
I got this question
Because
from
this
some other
is
master, so
easier
I'm
for
asking.
you to follow.
Yeah. It has better clarity. Like, what is the context of every paragraph? What we are reading.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's good.
Okay, I will send that. Yeah, Ratna. Go ahead.
So my question was, so if somebody is sick, falls sick, and in that pain, with that pain, evidently they die. They leave the body. Right? So earlier you were saying that when we are dying, it's similar to the way the body, the soul leaves the body during the night in the sleep. So how can we then what about, can you explain what about the pain that the body feels when someone is sick while dying? Or when they are sick and die
Okay.
because of that sickness.
Okay. Have you heard of people resolving their problems by past life regression?
Yes.
You heard about that, correct?
Mm.
Right. Now, they are again born with that problem, or that problem is continuing to torment them.
Okay.
In this life, it is not part of their soul plan, but it is part of their inherited component.
Mm.
They have to overcome that, right? But in the way that they are leading their life, they are unable to identify what it is.
Okay.
Okay. That is something that the moment they know what to do about it will only start when they know what it is, correct?
Yes.
Right. So they undergo past life regression, in which the hypnotist or the therapist or someone is able to identify that and give it to them. Okay. That is why previous life's problems can be resolved in this life, or next life's problems also can be resolved in this life.
Oh, wow. That I didn't know. Okay. But now for people
Because
who
that
do not
pattern
know
is
any-
undergoing a change. If you have finished learning that lesson, you don't need to repeat that lesson, correct?
Right. Yes.
Okay. So that one correction in one existence is resetting that particular lesson in all the other existences.
Okay.
So that is why in Joe Dispenza's book he says, what you are resolving now can also can help resolve the previous incomplete. It is ATKT system, like in engineering colleges. Right?
Okay.
You can carry progress to the next class, but you need to complete that. That completion can happen because of the learning you are taking now, or, right? So in the physical case, you are writing the exam again, but here you don't have to do that. But that is helping. For example, when you realize that it is going to be sitting in you, what is happening at death? At death, whatever are the incomplete thoughts is becoming a pattern. That energy pattern is being added to the next body layer, which is the
Right.
astral
Yes.
layer. The astral layer is integrating those incomplete lessons as a what do you call energy blocks or energy components, and whatever it has got also is getting integrated into that as backlog.
Okay.
Okay, that is going to the mental state. The mental state also has got incomplete energies.
Yes.
So
And
that is also
is it
getting
because of
integrated.
this? Or you're saying physical body has its own blocks, mental body also has its own blocks.
God, all these get integrated and they are going back to your original kitty of 35 lessons.
Okay.
Okay, right? So your size of those 35 lessons, the complexity has increased. But you have also done some more learning in this current life.
Yes.
These two are getting split in your cause and effect body, which is known as the causal body.
Okay.
That is the karmic body, the karmic body. And there, what you have completed is becoming your knowledge, going to your knower. Knowledge and identity, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So that is available to you at birth.
Right.
But you need to pull that out. That is available. That is the potential that is hidden in you.
Right. Right.
Okay. And you have created new lessons.
In this life,
which is your karma. Which is your karma. You are also given the talent. This is what I explained when I explained Star of David, correct? You got karma, you got talent, you got goals.
Mm.
That is your purpose of life.
Ah.
Okay. Now, these are the how this body can be influenced, how you can use your free will, how that karmic influence is getting created, all that is part of this thinking and destiny.
For
Got
people
it?
who, yes, but for people who are not at all in the spiritual associations, they just lead a normal life.
Correct.
How about them? So they will not know that this might be because of their past life incompletions that might be there. So
they will
they
will till they learn that they will only be living under the influence of the body mind.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Which even
For
we
them
could have
only
been
survival.
for
them,
the last lives, which
yeah.
even we could have been before entering
Correct.
to this stage, that we are learning these lessons, right?
Correct.
If you take last previous births, even we were into that same situation.
Yeah,
in
yes.
one of your birth, you are minerals,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you are
definitely.
plants, then you are animals. All those three you have added and made yourself human. In human, you existed as the soul, which is an infant, then baby, then adolescent, then
Young
grown.
adult.
In that grown up, in that adult phase, you are now entering the spiritual realm. That means you have passed all those and you have come to this state of existence. Okay?
Okay. But
So
we
now,
cannot explain the pain they go through, right? So it's all, this
we
is
want
all
to
part.
be able to identify the pains that they go through.
So for them, then, so the pain for them, is it physical on this earth, or how is it?
It can be in any of these, or their consciousness is so high that they are with their thought process, the thought power, and the intent, they are able to dissolve it.
I think by just surrendering is the process that you don't really have to be strictly spiritual.
You won't know
right?
that. No.
So,
The surrendering is spiritual, by the way. You
I
may
mean, in a
not
sense,
know that it is spiritual. No.
Correct.
See, you may
But what
not
I'm trying to say,
recognize it.
I think
You may not-
we have a label. People who do not have a label are not necessarily non-spiritual, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So the so-called non-spiritual,
See, whether
in our
you
definition,
know or
are
not
actually
your
maybe better.
existence, whether you know it or not, whether you are able to identify or not, you are always both physical and spiritual.
Right, sir. Right.
Yeah.
Praveen sir, if you ask me, many people who are not into spiritual journey, they say, I believe the rebirth, reincarnation, everything. They believe Bhagavad Gita, they believe everything, but they don't put all these things still together. So they believe, they know these things are there.
No,
We
for
might
them
think
it
they are
is
not
blind
spiritually
belief.
labeled.
No.
Yeah,
They believe
they
and
know
it
that
is
this is
blind
this, but they are
belief.
not experiencing it, this knowledge, or I would say like.
Yeah. So, how much time do we have? Another 10 minutes, 15 minutes? No, 10 minutes. Okay. Then I won't start this because can I complete it? No. So, we will stop here and we will discuss so that people have better clarity. Come up with your doubts.
One question is like, do we need to continue this session on Saturday or Wednesday and Friday? Because the poll was for this class.
I am not going by poll. This is my request. So the poll is only for Friday. I have added Saturday only because the content is very heavy and one day a week will not be sufficient.
Yeah, second day could be Wednesday. I was thinking nothing much.
No, but Wednesday, Thursday, my time is getting sucked into the the other activity that I want to undertake in a big way, which is diabetes management,
Diabetes.
then
Okay.
management, all those,
Yeah, babe.
the autoimmune management, one by one, I will add to that. So that research, that discussion, etc., will take that time. Yeah.
Slowly, I think 7 days mornings are going to be filled up for you.